tired. This is on. A little closer. People always say that I didn't give up my seat because I was tired. That isn't true. I was not tired physically, or no more tired than I usually was at the end of a working day. No, the only thing I was tired of giving in. Montgomery, Alabama, 1955. The setting, a rolling box with wheels. The players, Mr. Joe Singleton, Reverend Scott, Miss Louise Bennett, Mrs. Rosa Parks, Jacob and Julie, fraternal twins. The game, pay your Indian head to the driver, then get off the bus, and walk to the door at the end of the bus, then reboard the bus through the back black door. Then push repeat for 50 years. Sometimes the driver pulled off before the paid in full customer could get to the one open door. Fed up with buses driving off without them, just as her foot lifted up, grazing the steel step, she was not a child. She was in her 40s, a seamstress, a woman devoted to handmade things. A seamstress brings fabric and thread, collars and hems, buttonholes together. She is the one who knows her way around velvet. Arching herself over a river of cloth, she feels for the bias. She doesn't cut, not until the straight pins are in place, marking everything in time, everything will come together. The Montgomery seamstress waits and waits for the Cleveland Avenue bus. She climbs aboard, row 5. The 5th row is the first row of the colored section. The bus driver, who tried to put her off that day, had put her off 12 years before. But 12 years before, she was only 28, still a child to the heavy work of resistance. By 42, your biases are flat, your seams are interlocked, your patience with fools razor thin. By 42, your heart is heavy with slavery and lynching and the lessons of being good. You have heard 7,844 Sunday sermons on how God made every woman in his image. You do a lot of thinking with a thimble on your thumb. You have hemmed 8,230 skirts for nice, well-meaning white women in Montgomery. You have left the hem out of 18,809 pant legs for growing boys. You have pricked your finger 45,203 times, and you have held your peace. December 1, 1955. You didn't notice who was driving the bus, not until you got on. Later you would remember, all I wanted was to get home. The bus driver who put you off when you were 28 would never be given the pleasure of putting you off anything ever again. When he asks you to move, you cross your feet at the ankle. Well, he says, I'm going to have you arrested. And you with your 42 years and your 21,199 perfect zippers, you with your beautiful nation of perfect seams, marching all in place, all around Montgomery, Alabama, on the backs and hips of black and white alike, answer him back, well, you may go on and do so. You are arrested on a Thursday. That night in Montgomery, Dr. King led the chant. There comes a time when people just get tired. It wasn't quite right, but he was king. He asked you to stand so your people can see you. You stand, veritas. You do not speak. The indelible blue ink still on your thumb, saying enough. You think about the qualities of velvet, strength and sway, how mighty it holds the thread and won't let go. You pull your purse in close. The blue lights map out your thumb, blazing the dark auditorium. You cannot keep messing with a sweet-looking black woman who knows her way around velvet. A woman who can take cotton and gabardine, seersucker and silk, swirl tapestry, and hang boiled wool for the house curtains to the very millimeter. A woman made of all this is never to be taken for granted, never to be asked to move to the back of anything, never, ever to be arrested. A woman who understands the simplicity pattern, who wears a circle bracelet of straight pins there on the tiny bend of her wrist, a nimble, on-the-dot woman who has the help of all things, needle-sharp, silver, dedicated, electric, can pull cloth and others her way through the tiny opening she and others before have made. A fastened woman can be messed with one, too many times. With straight pins poised in the corner of her slightly parted lips, waiting to mark the stitch, her fingers tacking, looping the blood-red whale through her softly clenched teeth, She will tell you without ever looking your way. You do what you need to